How you doing? It's Mark Mills with Daiwa. We're out here at beautiful San Clemente Island, actually just before the Fred Hall show, and this is one of the reels that we're going to be debuting. This is the new Saltist. It's the actual cousin to the Saltiga, just at a little bit different price point here. Kind of the main differences between the Saltiga and the Saltist. The Saltiga is a machined aluminum frame. This is actually a die-cast aluminum frame. It is actually anodized, so it's going to hold up good in salt water. As you can see, it's pretty wet. You're not going to have to worry about scratches or anything of that nature. Great reel for casting. This actually has centrifugal brake weights inside of it. We've done a lot of testing with the Saltiga, and we kind of mirrored exactly the same brake weight scenario that has. So you get still a really long cast. If you throw surface iron or anything like this, the larger size here, you're not going to have to worry about as many backlashes, as any overruns. But you're also going to be able to cast a bait, and you're not going to have that line puff up on you and kind of give slack to the bait. It's an all one-piece frame. We have our UTD Ultimate Tournament Drag System, our Digi-Cut gears, and this reel here is going to have an EVA handle. It's coming in a great price point, about $239 to $249 price point range. But check this out. We're here at the Fred Hall show here in a couple weeks. You're going to have to see this reel. That's where we're going to debut it. Also on here, since we're sitting here talking, this is a new rod that we're going to be debuting. This is kind of the next generation, kind of the step above the regular Proteus. This is a Proteus Winn. As you can see, we've worked really good in collaboration with Winn grips. It's got our DVEC logo through here. Great feeling on your hands, feels good all day long, holds up very well in the salt water. Just feels really, really nice. The other thing on this rod, which is really cool, it has our Braiding X technology here. The rod is kind of flat black through here, and in the Braiding X technology area here, you're going to see it's kind of a crisscross design that keeps the rod from any type of ovalization. We're able to actually make the rod a lot thinner, so you don't have that big blank that you've seen on a lot of saltwater rods. It's much thinner, still has the power you want, holds up really well. Fuji, we've used the new Fuji Fazlight K guides, great price point guide. All around, this is a really nice rod. You're going to see it here coming up here at the Fred Hall show. All right, we're gonna just make a few casts with this, kind of show you the performance on the new Lexa 400 Winn. It's got the power knob on here. We have this all set up for throwing surface iron. You have your cast control adjustment. It goes from 10 to 0. 10 is gonna be the most resistance. You won't get it as far, but you won't get any backlashes. And then 0, it's gonna go much further, but there's a good chance you could backlash. Normally surface iron, you know, I'll start it off with like 6 or 7, and depending on the wind conditions, there's very little wind today, I can either move it up or back it off. Make a few casts here. As you can see, no thumb, stop right there in the water. Great reel. You can bomb these things, and the best thing about it is you don't have to worry about thumbing the reel back and forth. Just use the lever line, hold on, and then focus on the cadence that you want to do with your jig. If you want to move it like that, if you want to keep it a nice even cadence, or you could rip it, square crank it. But this reel fishes really, really well. We'll make one more cool cast for you here. Show you the performance on it. Right now I have this set at 7. I'm going to bring it down to 5, probably get a little bit more. May have to use a little bit more thumb. The idea is not to use a lot of thumb, but just enough. Plenty of distance. And like I said, now I don't have to thumb the line back. I can just hold it, focus on my bait, wait for a calico or yellowtail to come up and chew on it. But once again, this is the Lexa 400. We do a 300. This one here is a 7-to-1 gear ratio. And we also make them in a 6.3 and a power 5-to-1. The Lexa Winn 3 and 400.